Portland led 3-0, but the Drifters have battled their way back. Klettner shows bunt, gets it down the third base line. It's a pretty good one, and Campagna's going to have trouble. Sitzman trying to be aggressive. He'll slide into home plate safely, and the Drifters take the lead 5-4. Gap in the infield on the right side. Second baseman Yukimoto well into right field. Payoff pitch. Stevens hits this in the air. Down the right field line. It's fair. Coming around third and being waved is Moyer. And that'll do it. The Drifters walk it off for the second straight night. It's a 4-3 victory. And Nate Stevens does it. Excited to see him play, but not a great start for him. He'll hit this one towards right field, and it's fair. He'll get down the right field line. He's digging for two. Coming in to score is Schulte. He's now digging for three as the throw comes in from Anson to third. They got him. The relay in time. A heck of a play. They rally Frazier to Anson to Thompson, and they get the runner in Muffert at third. And that'll do it for the top of the fifth inning. The order due up for the Drifters. First pitch to Kleckner, and he skies it high in the air, deep to right field. Going back to the track, and it is out of here. Cole Kleckner, a bomb to start for the Drifters, and we're tied at 1. The 1-0. Lined on the ground to left field. That'll do it. The Drifters walk it off on the 4th of July. Trevor Anson gets bombarded. 2 runs in the 9th, 1 run in the 10th, and the Drifters walk it off. He's starting to swing the bat a little bit better. Just talking to him in Ridgefield, he said that he was getting a little bit lower in his stance. It's helped a lot. He'll drive this one deep towards left field. Looking up, and it's gone off the top of the wall. 2-run shot for Nate Stevens, opposite field. And the catcher cuts the lead in half. It's 4-2. Hannon Reeder at second. Ryan Hayes at the plate. 2-2 count, 2 outs, bottom of the 13th. 3-3 the score. The pitch. Hayes hits this towards left field. It gets down. The Drifters win. Casper has trouble in left field, and the Drifters walk it off. Ryan Hayes wins it for the Drifters 4-3. Drive home safely. Here's the payoff pitch. Dodge is going to line this towards center field. Going back is Schulte. It's over his head, and it's off the wall. Justice is being waved. He'll come in to score. Heading to second is Dodge, and it's an RBI double for the Drifters as they take the lead 2-1. Here's the 3-2 to Hayes. Lined up the middle. It gets through. It's a hit, and it'll bring in 1 run. Delozier's being waved. The throw from center field in time. Sokolov throws out Delozier at the plate, but not before Springfield can take the lead 1-0 on the RBI hit by Ryan Hayes. Chess. Dryden, he's a big fastball guy. He has 2 fastballs, a 4-seam and a 2-seam, and both of them are strikeout pitches. This one grounded up the middle. Dryden tried to barehand it. O'Connor barehands it, throws it to first. They got him. 2-1. Justice skies this towards center field. Going back is Grinsell. He's looking up, and it's over the fence again. Jordan Justice, 2 home runs in 2 days. It's another Drifters dinger, and it's 9-2 now. They're leading right now, late in the game, hoping to snap a 6-game losing streak. They haven't won in a week. Looking for a victory here. Hellman, big fly, left field. Kiss it goodbye. That one's not coming back. 8-5, the Drifters lead as Dominic Hellman puts one over the wall. It's his 3rd home run of the year. You knew it off the bat. It's 109 miles per hour off the bat, 378 feet. And Hellman puts the Drifters up by 3. It's the same as a broadcaster broadcasting for a team. Player on the other side gets traded over to their squad and then goes from broadcasting them on the other team in one game to his own team in the next, as Thompson sends one high in the air, deep right field, and you can forget about that one. That was an absolute bomb. That was deep right field. Oh my goodness. Will Clark still on the mound for the Corvallis Knights as they lead 8-1. Michael Soper coming up to the plate. Ethan Sitzman on deck and Cole Kleckner in the hole. It's going to be 8-9-1 for the Drifters as Soper steps up to the plate. 0 for 3 today. First pitch to Soper, in there for a strike, 0-1. So Soper, who came in today with just a 191 batting average, still hasn't gotten a hit. The 0-1 away, and it's now 1-1. I think it's got to be hard for Michael Soper as, well, this is only his 4th start since July 7th, and we're already to the late part of the month. It's July 27th now, and so in 20 days, only 4 starts. Ball bounces away, and it's now 2-1. And you got to think that's hard for a hitter like Soper, who is batting below the Mendoza line right now, to try to get into any sort of rhythm. At one point at the beginning part of the year, he was one of the leaders in batting average for Springfield, but his playing time has decreased. He'll line this one up the middle, and it gets through for a base hit. So he gets his 14th hit of the season, and leadoff man's aboard for Springfield today here in the 8th. Springfield's pretty much gotten a runner on in every single inning. The only inning that they did not get a runner aboard was back in the 6th inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning for Clark with 2 strikeouts. Other than that, Springfield's gotten a man aboard in every single inning. They've just been able to score 1 run as they've left 11 runners stranded. Here's Ethan Sitzman now, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and 2 walks. First pitch to Sitzman. Away, and it's now 1-0. So Sitzman, he was one of the 2 strikeouts in that 6th inning for Clark. He got the fastball up to 86, 87 miles per hour on Sitzman, and that really came out of nowhere. Sitzman fouls this one away, and it's 1-1. Right there, that was a ball that came in at 79 miles per hour for Clark. But he's been able to change the speeds quite a bit. It's resulted in success for him as he's had back-to-back scoreless frames, or rather back-to-back scoreless frames, looking for another one here in the 8th. 3-1 now to Sitzman, runs away, and it's now 2-1. So the former St. Louis Billiken facing off against the future St. Louis Billiken, and Sitzman at the plate. Here's the 2-1. That one slapped foul. 2-2. When we were up in Vancouver, Washington, there was actually a restaurant bar up in the area near our hotel that was called Billikens, and you guessed it, Ethan Sitzman at the plate. He wanted to go there to eat. They, however, were closed by the time we got there off the bus in Ridgefield. Here's the 2-2 away, and it's now 3-2. The 8-1 Corvallis with the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at first in Soper after leading off with a single. Clark ready. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Sitzman. Slaps it to right field, dropping fast, and it does drop for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Springfield Drifters. Put 2 men aboard here in the 8th inning, and it turns over the lineup for Cole Kleckner. It's the 5th hit of the year for Ethan Sitzman, who came into the game just 4 for 31. He's now 5 for 32 with a couple of walks today now. So here's Cole Kleckner, singled in the 4th, 1 for 4 overall. First pitch to Kleckner, inside, and it's now 1-0. Nobody warming up right now in the Corvallis bullpen. So it looks like they're giving their confidence to Clark, especially in an 8-1 ball game. The lefty shakes, and now comes set. Here's the 1-0 now. Kleckner grounds it to the left side through the 5-6 hole. Stopping at third is Soper. 3 straight singles by Springfield have loaded the bases. And here comes Trevor Anson. So Springfield, They have the bases loaded. This is the second time today they've had the bases loaded. The first time, they did not score any runs. It was bases loaded, 1 out. And ultimately, it was a pop-up by Kleckner and a strikeout by Anson that ended the inning. That was back in the second. Now it's a different situation with nobody out. First pitch to Anson away, and it's now 1-0. Anson today, 2 strikeouts and a flyout, as well as a hit by pitch. He's on that 4-game hit streak, and if he wants to extend it to 5, this is a perfect opportunity to do so with his team trailing 8-1 and the bases loaded. The 1-0 away, and it's now 2-0. Springfield this year, they've had 7 come-from-behind victories. They've also had 3 walk-offs. Seven runs would be quite the comeback. Well, we still have some time. The 2-0, high and away, and it's now 3-0. It is 7 runs, but Springfield has 6 outs to work with. They have 3 runners on and a 3-0 count for Trevor Anson with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. The 3-0 pitch comes in for a strike, and it's now 3-1. So Anson doesn't get the green light there. On deck is Caden DeLozier, the left-handed hitter. Clark ready. Here's a 3-1. Swing and a miss. Anson chased on a high fastball, and the count is full. That one in the upper part of the zone. Anson just a little bit under it. It's now a full count with the bases loaded. Clark nods and comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. High and away. That's a walk and a run. Soper trots in to score. It's 8-2. So 3 straight singles and a walk brings in the second run today. Now a mound meeting between Brooke Knight and Will Clark, and it looks like he's going to take the ball from him, and he is. So that'll do it for Will Clark. The bases are loaded, nobody out. It's 8-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll step aside and take a break. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break with Caden DeLozier coming up. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jarecki here with head coach Tommy Richards for today's Tommy Talk. And coach, yesterday you guys were down 4-0. You ultimately came back, walked it off yesterday. And this is a group that you said struggled with adversity. What was different with yesterday?
I was just really proud of the guys yesterday. I don't know necessarily what piece of the recipe was different, but I do know that we just stayed the course really well. And I thought that if you were in the dugout, there was a sense of never being out of the game, and I never felt like our attention or focus wavered. I was just really proud of the guys. I think there was a good present moment focus yesterday, and that was a good win for us for sure.
Obviously, yesterday it was another loss for you guys. You guys have only had 2 wins in your last 11 games, and people may be frustrated with the record, but I think that a lot of people forget this is a developmental league, and a lot of these guys are developing. In your eyes, who are some players that have taken the extra step this summer and really have developed?
Gosh, that's a great question, man. I mean, it's interesting when I go back and kind of look at notes from the beginning of the summer, or even just to think about how I thought about guys at the beginning of summer, and then to get to now and think about how far they've come or ways that they've improved. I've liked to see Trevor Anderson, kind of his game develop. I know he's not hitting what he wishes to be hitting, but I think that there's a lot of loud outs in there and like line drives that are getting caught. I just think that he plays hard, so I think it's been a productive summer for him.
Dane Frazier, 5 for 12 this past week. He's swinging a hot bat. Can you just talk about his play and how it's really shifted this past weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Dane wasn't getting as much run as he probably wanted to earlier on in the year. He came in. I really liked his at-bats on Friday against Bend, and I wanted to reward him and get him back in the lineup. And he did a good job of being competitive and finding some barrels, and I think we're getting him to heat up a little bit, and I've been proud of him. He stayed the course when it wasn't easy, and so we're excited about that.
Dominic Hellman, another Oregon commit, he had his first home run yesterday. How exciting was it for you to see that ball go over the fence for him?
Yeah, really exciting. I went back and watched the game last night on YouTube, and 109 miles an hour off the bat, I think is what you said. So really impressive. He swings a 35-inch bat, which is crazy. I've never seen anybody swing a 35-inch bat. but he gets it around like it's a 33. And so really big physical kid, and I'm just telling you, that ball was smoked, and that was awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing more big things from Dom.
If I could redo that game, I would get everybody that was playing out of there and totally restart.
I guess that's kind of what I was going to allude to today, because everybody in the lineup today, except for Mac Moyer, did not play yesterday. Is this a common trend that you think we're going to see as we move on, or is this just a statement from yesterday's loss?
This is more of a statement from yesterday's loss, I would say. Like, yesterday was terrible. And so the criteria to be in the lineup today, the main thing was that you weren't in the lineup yesterday. And then the other piece of that would be, I think Mac Moyer did a good job. He actually ran hard 90s. I think a majority of our team did not run hard 90s, but Mac went 1 for 3. He had a base hit through the 6-hole. He grounded out to second base twice, but every time he hit the ball, he ran to first base hard, which he was unique in that. So he's going to get the opportunity to get back in there today, and hopefully it breeds a little bit of competition amongst our club, and so that there's a little bit less maybe comfortability and guys have to compete.
Last week, we had a lot of pitchers that were pitching in their final game as a Springfield Drifter. This week, it's a completely new pitching staff. How do you think that the pitching staff's going to look this week? It seemed like last week you were getting a lot extra out of the guys and trying to get the most out of them before they left. This week, it's a little different, as these pitchers are going to be here for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, there's a lot of transactions in this league. That's one thing that I knew of coming in, but I didn't know to the degree that we would be experiencing it. So that'll be a unique thing. We'll have a chance to see Max Chapman tonight. I'm excited about that. He's a buddy of Nate Stevens, so Nate will be catching. But it was good to have like the Anderson, the Millis, the Stoffel, so many of those guys that did a great job, and they were great drifters. We were pumped up for them, but it'll be good to see what these new guys can do.
Ryan, you're a catcher for the Springfield Drifters, but before you got to the Drifters, you played for the Bend Elks and the CCLST. Can you just talk about that weird path to get to the Springfield Drifters?
Yeah, so out of college, I basically didn't really know where I was going. I signed with the CCL Showcase first, back in like February. The Bend Elks then lost a couple guys, so they picked me up, and then I finished my 10-day contract with them. Went back to the CCL Showcase for one game, and then Keith called me, and now I'm here.
I have to try and get guys on or out in this. Heads up, dude. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good. I hit the brother.
You got your bill.
What's today, Coach?
Thanks, man.
That's been today's Tommy Talk with head coach Tommy Richards.
Dude, you got domed.